Like, how bizarre, like, honestly, how bizarre this is going to be, what is going to happen at the beginning of this week. On one hand, you're gonna see something, you're gonna become aware of something, you're gonna come across something like that you've never basically seen before. And this in itself is going to involve like maybe some kind of people, maybe it's like doing something, and this is really going to surprise you. So it means that this in itself, it's gonna kind of make you on one hand to open your eyes, but on another hand you're really going to change your opinion about something that you've been firm about for so long, like almost forever. So what is this going to be? It is going to be very interesting, and you know why? Not only because you're gonna change your opinion about something that you held like for so long, the specific opinion, but it's more about you kind of like feeling more safe in a way. You're gonna feel kind of better about yourself, but the bottom line is that in general you are gonna feel more safe. So this is gonna be very interesting indeed, okay? And this is going to happen right at the beginning of this week. So just remember, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're gonna see something like, you're gonna see something that you've never seen before basically, and it is going to involve some kind of people, and you are pleasantly like kind of gonna feel kind of really pleasantly about. But the bottom line is that it's going to make you feel more safer about something that you've been worrying about for absolute ages. And also at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Virgolinic, you are really going to try to prove your point to someone. Like, oh my god, I'm talking about this super intense conversation you're actually going to have. And you're really going to try to prove your point to someone so much about something that you are so certain about, and you just cannot believe that this person just can't understand. You cannot believe that this person is not going to get it, whatsoever. So while you're having this like kind of very kind of intense conversation, there is, it's not about you proving your point to somebody else about something that you're 1,000,000% certain about, which is going to make you feel just a tiny little bit frustrated. But this is really good, because the more you feel like a frustrated, the more you are going to understand something like within yourself. So do you see what I mean? So you're going to try to prove your point so desperately to somebody, and it's to do with a rather like, oh my god, like a heated conversation or a heated debate, for example. But while you're trying to prove your point, and you are going to prove your point, but it's going to happen right towards the end of this conversation, and this conversation is going to last for 11 hours. No, I'm joking. It's going to happen after a while, right at the end of this conversation, my gorgeous Virgolini. Yes, you are going to prove your point. This is important, because you, at the same time, there are certain things that are going to come out. There are certain informations that are going to come out from that person, and that is going to allow you to reflect on a different point of view as well. And while you're at it, while you're reflecting on a different point of view, at the same time, there is some kind of a choice that you're going to realize that you have, that you didn't know that you actually have. Some kind of a better choice you are going to realize out of that. And that in itself, it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you didn't see something clearly. And it's also going to help you to reconnect with yourself, and it's going to make you aware of like which truth you're running away from. Okay, oh my god, where did I go with this? Oh my god, I went from Poland to Japan. I went from Poland to Japan. Big jump, yeah? Where did I go through with this? No, it's so important. You see what I mean? Because it's going to create this absolutely wonderful sacred moment of reconnection, my gorgeous Virgolini. So the bottom line here is that you see, out of that conversation, out of that kind of like a really heated conversation that you're going to have, debate that you're going to have, and you're going to try to prove your point to somebody else, and you are going to be able to do this, but it's going to happen right towards the end. But by then, what's really important is the informations that you're going to gather, information that are actually going to come out of that person, that are going to shed so much light when it comes to yourself and when it comes to something really specific. And this is really going to surprise you, my gorgeous Virgolini. Let me tell you, this is going to help you, as I said, to reconnect with yourself on a level like never before. And that in itself means that this is going to be quite an enlightening experience. But the bottom line is, at the moment of that absolutely wonderful reconnection, you're going to realize something really specific again. And this is going to be along those lines, that there is a better choice for you with something really specific. You will know, baby, what this is. Even Plantini shaking again. You will realize there is a better choice for you, and you will realize what you didn't see clearly. And now that in itself is going to kind of highlight what are you running away from, what truth you're running away from, what truth you're running away from when it comes to you. So this is going to be so brilliant, because you're going to be inspired again, rejuvenated, regenerated, because it's to do with like some kind of move on, some kind of step, some kind of decision, some kind of planning that started absolutely ages ago, but it's just kind of got stuck in the process. You know that you want to do this, you know where your path is, you know the direction you want to get on, and you know what you want to do, what you need to do. But then sadly other things happen, other things took place that kind of grabbed your attention along the lines, along the way. So this is just so important. And yet again, do you know what I mean? The right people at the right time, the right situations at the right time are shedding so much light when we find ourselves in the midst of darkness. So now this in itself, it's not only going to confirm something absolutely mind-blowing for you that you should do, that you must do, but it's also literally going to show you the way, because there are certain steps that now most certainly you will know that you need to do, that you didn't know before. And you're also going to have this absolutely mind-blowing, a great sense of urgency. So it's an inspiration again. So it's like, oh my God, every now and then we need to be reminded of something about us that means to us so much, but then maybe we should kind of give more energy to it, So now you will realize that this is something that you need to focus on. You're going to be inspired yet again, or re-inspired, basically inspired again about the plan, about something that you were trying to do, you were going to do, it was on your mind for so long. But this is going to be so important, because now this plan that you are going to start, this plan that you're going to carry on with, already, my goodness, by the actual May 2024, the actual May, I know I'm in May, but in May 2024, you are going to start the beginning of the whole new journey, the beginning of a whole new world, the beginning of a whole new life. You are going to find yourself in a place completely different to where you were so far. And you know this. Maybe you don't even know this consciously, but subconsciously this is like, oh my God, taking over. And you have kind of realized how unsettled you felt lately, and how you are kind of ready for something, you are prepared for something, but you don't really know what are you being prepared for. And this is to do with your own essence, with your own spiritual essence, that is going to be keep on coming back through so many different peoples and situations, and it's going to be keep on reminding until you realize how important this is. Like, oh my God. So this is going to lead towards you being reminded of some kind of a plan, and that needs to be the priority number one, my gorgeous Virgolini. that needs to be the priority number one at this stage of your life, because you're also going to hear an information which is going to scare you so much, and it's going to come from somebody at the beginning of this week. It's going to come from somebody. You're going to listen to somebody, you're going to watch somebody, and it's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe what this person is saying. It's really going to scare you, but you know that what this person is going to be saying, it's going to be like complete truth, something ludicrous, like it sounds ludicrous, but it's not, and it's something that you've been worrying about, and it's nothing to do with your personal situation or your life, but you will fully know and fully be aware of the fact that this is actually going to affect you at some point, at some stage, almost as if you're going to become aware of some kind of plan maybe going on, something going on really scary out there, you know, and because it's going to come through somebody else, your maybe a little bit of fears that you had are going to be highlighted. And this is all going to kind of make you wonder, like certain things, like what is going on, what is happening. So this is all going to contribute towards you carrying on with that particular plan. It's all going to be pointed towards that plan that you've had. This means to you so much, and I really hope that you do know what am I talking about, my gorgeous Virgolini. This is so important. So now this is really going to this is really going to surprise you. Not only the fact that you had these informations and you had these realizations, but it's really going to be such a moment like where you're really going to be taken back, and after a day or two after that, you're really going to need, you know what, this is really going to start changing things for you. On one hand, you are starting to get and have things under control when it comes to your own focus, grounding and recentering, but then on another hand, you are gonna really understand now that there is like a really great sense of urgency as well. You're protecting yourself by doing this. You're protecting your life, you're protecting your spiritual journey. You're gonna start moving on with your life, but then you're gonna do something very much so unique, in your own unique way. So it's now, after this moment onwards, it's just all about your passion, and all you want to do. Do you know what I mean? If you do want to, and I said this before, if you do want to live like in the middle of the forest by yourself, hello darling, that's me basically. If you do want to live in the middle of the forest by yourself, that's absolutely fine. Go for it. Break through, break free, baby. Now it's time to do what you want to do. So you have to follow your own essence. If you want to be like living somewhere like on the furthest island somewhere, do you know what I mean? And that was your dream. Maybe this is exactly what you need to do. So this is to do with something very unique and very specific to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, and only you, my baby, know what this is. You see what I mean? So as I said, to me, it's like, I mentioned this before, I probably said it millions of times, but I am like pretty much, so I could be by myself in the middle of the forest, enjoying the nature every day, every night, listening to the nature, absorbing the nature in every possible way. It's like, oh my God, music for my soul is the birds, is the sounds, it's the noises, and it's even bloody crickets, not a bloody cricket, but even crickets, it's just everything, just makes everything so much more meaningful and so much more wonderful. You're going to realize how much people have drifted away from themselves. You're going to realize how much the people have drifted away from the truth, and this happens because, it's just like a pretty much, so you're going to realize that we are living in a rather unusual time. So this is why it's time to break free, my gorgeous Virgolini. This is ever so important indeed. So this is all gonna oh my God, still at the beginning of this week, you are going to have a moment where you will really want to chill out. You will want to relax. You will feel like you need to take a little break in order to recharge. And at that moment in time, while you're doing this, you are going to take a little break. You are going to recharge, maybe a bit of meditation, maybe a bit of this, maybe a bit of that. And then you're going to realize what is creating a toxic energy in your life also while you're creating a break. Maybe you're going to realize what you were paying attention to, something that is is a constant downer, something that is really negative. So you need to do something about it. You know what I mean? Like, you need to move away from that, and you need to kind of look forward towards things that are making you feel really good. But I do know that something, maybe you were visiting the certain social networks or whatever, you know, it's all in the darkness right now. So you will be able to identify what is persistently bringing you down, and it's going to be keep on bringing you down unless you put a stop to it. You can do it, and you will do it indeed. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, this reading has turned out to be like so deep. Like, I am going to explode right now and fly around like a little fairy. Do you know? No, honestly, it's like it's just so deep. I didn't expect this to be so deep, but as soon as I get into it, and this is where I am right now, and it's looking really, really good, because I do know that this week and this time of your life, it's going to make a tremendous impact on everything you have been through so far. There is so much which is going to start making sense. Anyway, going back to the moment where you're going to feel like you need to have a little break, you need to kind of recharge. You're also going to realize that, you know, you're going to be reminded of your own dream. This is why this is so important. You're going to be lying down, you're going to be chilling out, and you're going to have this vision, you're going to have this moment, and it's like a vision, it's like a moment. Yet again, not only you're going to be reminded of how you want to live and what you want your ultimate destination to be, but you're also going to realize, like, oh my God, I'm so strong, I'm so powerful, something changed, something moved. You know, this is another brilliant moment of enlightenment that you're going to have. And what am I trying to say here is that when you are what you're going to realize is that you are so close now. You are so much closer to where you want to be, but you just need to carry on this particular path, and you are going to have a very, very interesting idea. A very interesting idea is going to come to you, and this idea that it's actually going to come to you, it's brilliant, because that idea is going to also like kind of sound, and it's also going to seem like something really silly that you want to do suddenly, but then again, at the same time, this is all going to lead towards you like a really kind of realizing that something is changing, something is happening, you know, and that means that you are slowly but surely about to come out of your comfort zone. And comfort zone, it's okay, but not forever, because the comfort zone can someone hold you and keep you away from like kind of going further in life, from the further achievements. And there are lots of reasons why people would be or should be in a comfort zone. There's nothing wrong with being in a comfort zone, because you know you're gonna be absolutely fine. But then we reach a stage in our life where we just need to kind of progress from a stage number 1 to stage number 2, because if we always stay the same on the same level, then something is not right. You know, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go straight, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go straight. Do you know what I mean? Yes, so this is why this is so important, and you're going to feel so excited. It's all going to lead towards a very interesting realization, and also like a couple of days after that, you are going to get a very interesting news, which is really going to surprise you, very interesting message. This is going to be personal, and this is going to make you aware of that you are going to need to kind of like a really maybe like talk to certain people, have a chat with certain people, or work with certain people, or collaborate with a certain people, and the bottom line is that you are going to need to kind of meet up with a certain people, and once you meet up with these certain people, there is something very specific and very important which you are going to learn, something very important that you are going to learn by watching these people, for example, and this is going to be crucial. What are you going to learn? It's going to be absolutely crucial by the time you find yourself on a very unusual crossroads in exactly 3 weeks after now. In exactly 3 weeks after now, you're going to find yourself on a very unusual crossroads. And once you find yourself on this or at this unusual crossroads, because what are you going to learn right now? It's really gonna, oh my God, show you the way. Not only that, but it's going to make you to go for the different thing different path, different option, different choice, different road that you would normally go to. And this is a clear sign of the spiritual growth and a clear sign of you floating slowly but surely towards the path, which is going to be literally enchanted for you, my gorgeous Virgolini. Like, oh my goodness. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, it is ever so important to keep on taking moringa powder. You need keep on taking moringa powder, because moringa powder is going to give you the perfect amount of vitamins, minerals, nutrition, and potassium. You need potassium so badly. At this stage of your life, I know it sounds mental, but you need like a full range of vitamins and minerals and potassium as well. This is going to re-energize you, give you good energy and everything what your body needs. And it's also like gonna be so beneficial for so many other things, my gorgeous Virgolini. So I highly suggest you to get moringa powder and keep on taking it for as long as you possibly can. All you need to do is just take a little glass of water, put half like that much water in, and then you take, it doesn't matter, like this much water, let's say. So you can have a big glass, you can have this much water, do you know what I mean? And then you take moringa powder, and then you take a teaspoon, not tablespoon, but you take teaspoon, because it's very, very strong. You don't want too much of this, it's too strong. Okay, so you take a teaspoon and you take just a third of this powder, you mix it up with water, and then you just drink it, my gorgeous Virgolini. And this is something that I highly recommend you and suggest you to take as well, alongside Camu Camu, organic Camu Camu capsules, if you can get. This is going to give you the natural dose of vitamin C, and it's a natural vitamin C, not fake, not synthetic, not this rubbish that they're selling. Do you go to the shop and you see vitamin C, and people just think, oh great, it's vitamin C. No baby, no, it's chemicals, it's synthetics. So something like organic Camu Camu, it's also going to be fantastic, because it's going to give you a huge amount of a natural vitamin C, which is going to be superb when it comes to cold, flu, and this type of things. Okay, very important indeed. I also highly recommend you to check with your doctor or GP if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, because only they know whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So I'm saying to you that you're going to be prone to cold and flu a little bit, so this is indeed going to elevate you when it comes to your health, but also when it comes to your energy as well. And also, when it comes to the mid part of this week, oh my God, you know what, I'm not being funny, but you are going to have a reason for celebrating, a reason to celebrate, literally, a reason to, you will just want to kind of meet up with your friends, you will want to celebrate how happy you're going to be, because there is the specific man, a specific person who is going to play a really huge role here. This specific man is somebody very strong, very powerful, very strong-minded. It's somebody who is like a little bit older, somebody who's like a very powerful, somebody who's very successful, and somebody who seems like a moody person, but it's not a moody person whatsoever. Those people who know this man, they know that he's not moody. It's just the energy that this person gives off, just the energy that this person gives away. This is somebody who you are, who is basically going to pretty much, so he's not going to tell you anything, but through this man somehow you're going to understand, like you're going to understand exactly how long is something going to take. And this is going to be so important to you, because now this is going to shed even more light on something that means to you so much. So this man is going to play a huge role, somebody very powerful, somebody who you look up to, somebody who you really kind of have a certain respect for. Do you know what I mean? It could be somebody who is in your life, but it could be somebody that is also going to cross your path, but however it's going to make a tremendous impact in so many different ways. And that person is going to say something, what that person is going to say, it's really going to answer your question, and then you're going to love it that it's actually coming from somebody so ooh la la baby, so powerful. It's so you will know that this is coming from somewhere solid, somewhere genuine. You will know that this is someone genuine. You're going to like it because you are going to feel a really powerful connection connection with that person as well. And this in itself, it's really gonna have such a positive impact on you, because when it comes to something that you're so impatient about, you almost go to the point where you are just waiting for something so long that you will just explode if you didn't see this. Absolutely brilliant. So because of that, you will on one on one hand, you will know how long is something going to take, but on another hand, you will also know to be patient. And there is also going to be very interesting sign that you are going to have, very interesting omen, good sign, and it's going to be quite specific, but again, quite unusual. And this in itself, it's, oh my God, this is brilliant, because it's just about the connection that you're going to feel to this with this person, you know. And then after that, couple of days later, you're gonna really kind of gonna make a quite important decision, you know. And the decision that you're gonna make, this is gonna be such a wise choice. And the decision that you're gonna make a couple of days later is, you will understand that you're gonna need to move on from something now. You're gonna need to leave something. You're gonna need to walk away something, and you're still gonna find it like, oh God, you know, something that you were so passionate about, it's coming to an end. And not that you're not passionate about it, but it's just not part of your journey anymore. And that's not a bad thing whatsoever. It just means that you're evolving, you're growing, you're moving on from one stage of your life to another stage. So this is so important for you to work out what do you need to walk away from and what do you need to move away from, because it's holding you back. It's the only thing that is now holding you back from enjoying like an ultimate change, the beginning of an ultimate change in your life. But it's not going to happen until you acknowledge what exactly has come to an end, my gorgeous Virgolini. This is why this is so important. The bottom line is that this is not only going to bring an ultimate change in your life in general, but it's going to be superb when it comes to your happiness, financial situation, in so many other things as well. So important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, this is like, oh my God, this is so important, because now it's basically also time to embrace how amazing you are. It's time to embrace how amazing you are. This is what I want to say. But when it comes to the last part of this week, because you are gonna become aware of some kind of accomplishment as well. And this accomplishment was completely down to you, and it's to do with something that lots of people would find ridiculous you doing, and this and that. So you are going to be able to prove your point to somebody else, and this is also going to put a lovely smile on your face. But on another note, on another hand, when it comes to the last part of this week, yes, there is a challenge that you're going to be dealing with, and the challenge that you're going to be dealing with when it comes to the last part of this week, it's only because you know, this is about some kind of project, in specific project that you're going to be thinking about, and you're going to find out that this project that you were thinking about doing, that is going to be a little bit more harder than you actually thought, and you have to go over that. Now, you must not think negatively, my baby, because that in itself is going to be bad. It's not a good time now, especially because it's going to manifest into real challenges later on. But there is somebody that you are, really somebody is going to tell you something, almost someone is going to advise you something that you're not going to like to start with, but then again, you're going to realize that you should really take this input into consideration. You know, it's about merging viewpoints in order to create a better solution. And this is brilliant, because you're going to realize there is no time to rush. And at the same time, this in itself, it's really going to reflect on your power and on your inner strength. When it comes to you seeing this like hard work, like in a completely different light. This is something, oh my, this is to do with some kind of a project right at the end of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini. It's about the project, okay? This is important. I want to say this. You must not let this to put you off just because it seems more hard work than you actually initially thought, because this is very, very clever of you. What are you doing right now? It's very, very clever, and it's gonna be super important when it comes to your finances, when it comes to amazing accomplishment, when it comes to your financial situation, but also when it comes to you understanding that this is the part of your path. You know, this is the part of who you are. This is the part of all this direction and everything that I've mentioned so far. You will be able to put two and two together, and you will see exactly what I meant and where am I actually coming from. But you need to be quick, you need to be sharp, and you need to be clever. And also, so you need to be quick, you need to be sharp, and you need to be clever. In order to be clever, you need to be quick and you need to be sharp. And you're gonna go for it. You are gonna absolutely go for it. And see, as soon as you realize this, like, you know what, I'm fine with this, I'm really happy with this. As soon as you realize this, there is something which you are gonna remember almost instantly, something that inspired you like a few weeks ago but you forgot about, something that inspired you so much a few weeks ago but you completely forgot about it. Okay, and now you're just gonna, some kind of inspiration, like, oh my god, and now you're gonna remember this completely out of the blue, and this in itself is going to become a very interesting idea, and you're gonna see it's gonna become absolutely obvious how come you forgot, you were inspired by it and then you forgot about it, and now you're reminded by it again. You will be like, oh my god, you're gonna feel so in tune and so in touch with yourself on a spiritual level like never before. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.